This is Valley News Live at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Trudeau. We begin with breaking news this afternoon. First responders are at the scene of an explosion at a 3-story Chicago apartment building. 6 people have been taken to the hospital, with 3 victims serious to critical. And the Chicago Fire Department says the building has partially collapsed. The blast occurred shortly before 9:30 a.m. and at least 10 ambulances were on the scene. An adjacent building is being evacuated and searches are underway to be sure no one else is in danger. The source of the explosion isn't known, but the bricks from the building could be seen covering the ground and nearby cars. A bomb squad and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives have also responded to the scene. New at noon, a Morehead woman is in jail after police say she stabbed someone during a fight this morning. It happened in the 5400 block of 28th Avenue South around 8:30 this morning. Police say 20-year-old Jasmine Wawalo was fighting with someone when she stabbed them. She was booked in the Cass County Jail for aggravated domestic assault and interfering with a 911 call. The victim has non-life-threatening injuries. We have new information to a deadly hit and run in McHenry, North Dakota. Court documents say a man called 911 and admitted that he hit 18-year-old Kaylor Ellingson of Grace City, North Dakota with a vehicle because he thought he was being threatened. 41-year-old Shannon Brandt allegedly told dispatchers that the two had been in a political argument. Brandt is charged with criminal vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of a crash involving injury or death. A judge set Brandt's bail at $50,000. And another warm day ahead, but then things will start to take a turn for later this week. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Well, good afternoon. We're already seeing some signs of change with the wind starting to change direction. We've got a front moving through that's creating just enough instability for some showers and thunder showers up into that northern part of the valley especially. And you can see they're pretty isolated, but where they're happening, it's a quick little downpour. Here's Grand Forks right here. So north of town there, you can see a little lightning bolt. Another one in that northern part of Clearwater County and back over toward Red Lake. So a couple of these are producing some lightning, so please be careful if you're driving or out and about anywhere near these storms. And they'll be ongoing for a little while here heading into the afternoon. The coverage hasn't been as numerous as we saw earlier this morning. This is our view right now in Fargo. We've seen some clouds increase. We're at 75 degrees, so warming up nicely. It's 69 in Grand Forks, and we'll see highs in the upper 70s. Some of us even already in the 80s in the south. But things do change. We're looking at some roller coaster weather coming up here. So our forecast for today, we're going to be climbing that hill up into the 70s, but then we go downward, down by about 20 degrees or so. By the time we get into Friday, our highs will be in the 50s. So big changes ahead. More details on that to come in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it definitely warmed up really quickly this morning, Lisa. Thanks. An Otter Tail County man is hurt after rolling his motorcycle near Staples, Minnesota. The State Patrol says 28-year-old Devin Hoper of Vining was on Highway 210 yesterday morning when he left the road and rolled. He listed with life-threatening injuries. A federal grand jury has indicted a Minnesota man accused of threatening to kill a U.S. senator. 35-year-old Brandon Dougherty of Coon Rapids is in jail in Elk River. Court records do not identify the senator other than to say they do not represent Minnesota. The indictment alleges Dougherty left 2 life-threatening voicemails at the senator's field office in June. The FBI says Dougherty told them he made the calls because the senator's remarks on gun control and that he wants politicians to feel pressured. Court records show Dougherty was convicted in 2018 of threatening to burn down a Pearl Vision store in Maple Grove and harm the employees because he was mad that he owed $80 for replacement glasses. The special master appointed to review the documents taken from former President Donald Trump's Florida home is having a hearing in New York today. Serena Marshall is at the White House with the latest on the investigation.
Dozens of supporters stood outside former President Trump's Florida residence to welcome him home on Monday.
He loves us. He gets depressed when we're not here.
It's the first time he's been back to Mar-a-Lago since the FBI seized documents on August 8th while carrying out a search warrant. Lawyers for the government and Mr. Trump will be in federal court in Brooklyn this afternoon for a hearing with the newly appointed special master in the case. Judge Raymond Deary has laid out a draft timeline for his review of the material that was seized. He set an October 7th deadline to sift through and label all of the documents. Trump's lawyers say the judge asked them to disclose specific information regarding declassification to the court and to the government.
The former president maintains that he declassified all of the documents he took with him when he left the White House, though his lawyers have not made that claim in court.
And in a court filing late last night, Trump's lawyers suggested they may decline Judge Deary's request, arguing doing so could harm their defense if Trump is indicted. The Department of Justice is conducting a criminal probe looking into mishandling of classified documents and the possible hiding or destroying of government records. Serena Marshall, CBS News, the White House.
Judge Deary has until November 30th to complete his review. Fargo City Commissioners are signing off on a plan to demolish a house that's been a problem for years. It's at 924 5th Street South near Hawthorne Elementary School. The two-story home was declared a dangerous building because of issues with trash, plumbing, broken windows, and fire damage. Neighbors say the worst part is that police have been called to the address 550 times since 2018. The home is to be demolished by November 18th. We have a reminder about some new road projects in West Fargo that could slow down your drive. Starting this morning, eastbound 13th Avenue from 3rd to 6th Streets East will be down to 1 lane for underground repair work. That project should take about 2 weeks. Also starting today, concrete repairs on 9th Street East will impact your commute through mid-November. Watch for intermittent lane reductions between 2nd and 13th Avenues during the work week. This job is expected to wrap around November 19th. Coming up at noon, understanding butterfly migration. We'll introduce you to the man behind the Monarch Watch. But next, Lisa is in with your weather to plan your Tuesday.